Preeti, how are you? Hi Kittu, I'm fine. And you seem to be very energetic and enthusiastic. What's the matter? I'm waiting for our history class because it is really very interesting. Oh, yeah, of course. And do you remember what we have learned in our previous class? Yes, I do remember everything. We have learned four different terms which are archaeology, archaeologist, anthropology, and anthropologist. Perfect! And we have also learned about the stages of human evolution. Correct! Also, we learned about the migration of early humans from East Africa to several other parts of the world. Oh, yes, of course. We both know everything. Come on, let us go and sit in our history class for another interesting topic. Hey, students, join with us. Another history class.
Hello my dear students, welcome back to the class. I am very happy to connect with you all again to this online class. I hope you all are waiting for another history class, isn't it? So without any delay, we'll get into the class. So before we start the class, let's have a recap on the previous class. So we have learned about the stages of human evolution. Also, we have seen four important terms in history, which are archaeology, archaeologist, anthropology, anthropologist. Also, we have seen about the migration of Homo sapiens from East Africa to other parts of the world. So, in today's class, we are going to just move on to the next part of the lesson. So, this is quite an interesting topic, which is the continuation of the lesson. So, till now we know how humans evolved and where they lived, and from East Africa, where did they move? Now, in this class, we are going to see to which places they have moved and what did they do after moving to several places. Are you all ready? Right. So, after they migrated from East Africa, the people got scattered all around the world and started settling up in different parts of the world. And they chose to settle up near mountains and caves. They started to settle in the caves and in the mountains. Now, after they settling up, they didn't have food, right? So for that, they started again moving and moving and moving. So first, they moved out of East Africa. After that, they started moving from one place to another in search of food. So, this movement of human from one place to another is what we call it as nomadic life. So, early humans led a nomadic life. And as they were moving, they were in groups. In each group, there were 30 to 40 people, and they kept on moving in search of food, as I told you earlier. And they hunted different animals like pig, deer, bison, rhino, elephant, and bear for food. They also took the animals killed by other wild animals like tiger, they learned the art of fishing. Actually, the early humans didn't know to cook because there was no fire. But they learned the art of fishing. They ate only raw items, and they also collected honey from beehives. They plucked fruits from the trees and dug out tubers from the ground. They also collected grains from the forest. So, when the people settled in one place, if they had enough food, they took the food, they ate it. And after the food got exhausted in one place, it got over in one place, then they moved to the other place. So that is how people started moving from one place to another in search of food, because in one place when they settled up, the food got over. Again they moved to another place to search their food, to get their food. Again they stayed in the other place for some more days. So the same way they started moving and moving and moving to different places. So one thing is for their food. Now they also wore hides of animals and barks of trees and leaves for protecting their bodies during winter. So humans began hunting to satisfy their need for food. Now what happened? First they collected food from the grains of the forest, and they plucked the fruits. They also taken up the animals which were killed by the wild animals and so on. Later they started hunting the animals. Okay, now tell me, with what materials or with what tools they would have hunted animals? The only weapons which were used during those days were stone tools. How were these stone tools made? So to make a stone tool, 2 stones were taken. One was used as a hammer and to sharpen, the other for removing flakes. Now hunting was the main occupation of humans in the past, as we all know, because they didn't find any other option to collect their food. So it was difficult for humans to kill such a big animal with stick or stone, because usually they used to previously they used to kill the animals using a stick or a stone, but later they found it difficult to kill the big animals using the stick or stone. So they decided to use sharpened weapons. So the best stone for making weapons was flint. So in Tamil it is called as Chikki Mukkikal. Go ask your parents about this stone. Definitely they would have used in their childhood. Also ask about the uses of this Chikki Mukkikal. Okay, and it is known for its strength and durability. Humans spent many hours in search of a flint stone because they didn't find it easily. So they searched and searched and searched so that they could make a strong weapon using that flint. Flint is nothing but Chikki Mukkikal. And they made sharp weapons and tools with the help of stones and fitted them with wood to grip them. Even today we can see many tools which are used in our houses, like hammer, axe and so on. So if you take hammer and axe, you will have a wooden piece to hold on, and at the bottom you will have a strong stone fitted to that wood, isn't it? So that was how early humans made tools and weapons. So they made tools and weapons using the stones, and they fitted those stones to a wooden piece to grip them. Humans created tools like axes with big stones. Now, why did early humans created tools like axes? Because the axes were made to cut trees, remove barks, dig pits, hunt animals, and also to remove the skin of the animals. After making stone tools, what did they discover? They discovered fire. Yes, only after discovering the tools they discovered fire. One thing? So, actually, early humans were afraid of lightning and fire. They came to know about the fire only when once forest fire, people experienced forest fire. They saw how the forest was burning with fire just because of the lightning. And after all the fire put off, people started to move into the forest and they saw all the dead animals. When they took the dead animals and ate its flesh, and the flesh tasted very good because it was already burnt, cooked, and the flesh was also very soft and tasty. And now these early humans tasted the flesh of the animals. After that, they started to discover the fire using rubbing the stones. And after that, they came to know the uses of fire. They used flint stone to make fire and used it to protect them from predators and also for cooking food. After that only they started to cook food and eat, and also for creating light during night. And thus fire became important for man in olden times. That was how early humans discovered fire. Only after they saw the forest fire, when the fire was put off, they went inside the forest and then took the flesh of the animals and ate. It tasted really very good for them. And that too, they didn't eat only chicken and mutton like us. They ate different animals. So they would have tasted the flesh of different animals. I think many of your mouths are watering now. So that is how they discovered fire, and they also had very tasty food. And after that, when they discovered fire using the flint, they started to discover several other things. They invented several other things. So with this, our today's lesson gets over, and in the coming lesson we will see other inventions of early humans. I hope you all have understood today's class. I want you to come back to the next class with the same energy and same enthusiasm. Meet you all again in the next class. Until then, take care. Bye bye, children.